said to no rest, I live in but love for you so overpowering, I'm afraid that I might disappear. Subsiding away, subsiding away. You know the nearer your destination, the more you're subsiding away. I know a woman.
Ladies, why is Earth Week relevant?
I think Earth Week is relevant because everyone's been going green lately, and it's a good day to unite everyone together to raise awareness and keep everyone going green. I agree with Jen. I also think that we need to do something about the rapid climate change going on in the world, and Earth Day just helps promote it. You know.
Thanks so much. All right, so we're here with Jared. Jared, why do you feel Earth Week is relevant?
Well, you know, the state of our Earth right now is a growing trend of global warming. You know, it's kind of important. So we definitely put our heads together and stop it or something. Have to do something about it.
Yeah, right on. Thank you for participating. Yeah.
You know the nearer destination, the more you're subsiding away.
All right, so your name?
My name is Rusty.
Rusty. Why do you think Earth Week is relevant?
I mean, it's where we live. I mean, you know, without Mother Nature, we don't exist. We need a healthy earth to thrive on, to support us, to support humankind as a whole. So keeping the earth clean and keeping it as healthy as possible is necessary for our survival.
Absolutely. Do you have? What are your thoughts on Earth Day?
That's good.
Yeah.
What are my thoughts on Earth Day? I think it's great, and I think it's really important that people are aware and celebrate our Earth because we rely on it. It's a big part of life.
Awesome. Thanks so much for participating.
Thank you.
A free slice of pizza.
Thank you.
And just let them know that's the... How about, what are your thoughts on the state of the environment?
That's it.
So, yeah, what are your thoughts on the state of the environment?
I fucked it over.
How so?
How so? Because, like, by building these giant buildings that are not, like, they don't help the environment at all. They just take from it. Sorry. Oh. It's not natural.
Well, I think a really good example of that would be the fact that we have so many people moving from the city to the country so they can enjoy the country, only to make the country a city. And so we're taking away everything that they're coming here for in general. We're covering the entire world with asphalt and with buildings and cement and man-made things that just, I mean, how are we supposed to enjoy nature if it's not there?
How do you think the environmental movement has been perceived traditionally? And also, do you think that could have changed since Obama and since, the sort of new politics thing that's happening now? Do you think there's a shift in perception of the environmental movement?
I think it started off with a bunch of hippies and nobody really knew about it. I think that it's evolved into something that's trendy, but I think that people need to move beyond the trend and actually make it a lifestyle. Like, if you're gonna carry a bag that says "I'm going green," you should get the solar panels out. I mean, you probably can't afford them right now, but start cutting back on your Starbucks and get a solar panel. But I think it's a good direction. I hope that it's not a trend. I hope it's something that's here to stay.
I think you can relate the Obama talk to what I was talking about earlier with greenwashing, is that, you know, the DNC was supposed to be the greenest convention ever, when this huge building that, first of all, had tons of pollutants coming out of it, all the water it wasted, all the food that went to waste with all the parties, it was far from green. And I think that goes along with the politics that have the environmental movement has given Obama, and Obama adopted these, you know, if everyone has a better light bulb, we can save the world. Or if I recycle more, we can save the world, when there's much deeper issues at hand than just, am I recycling? It's about the culture of consumption that makes all this stuff from, you know, it abuses the planet, it abuses all of our resources. So recycling isn't in and of itself going to save the world. It's going to take a lot more than that.
Like, if anything, the perception of like the environment being like a big factor and something to improve on, that has gone up, I think, because before, like, people didn't really care as much as they do now. But like you were saying, at the same time, like, it's a lot more talk than action as of now, and I can't really think like this. I can't really think of anything that has actually gone into action that would keep the environment from like deteriorating and improving. So yeah.
So one last question. It seems to be that you're all saying like now is the time to act, right? Why are there people not doing it? What's preventing people from acting? If it's clear that like now is when we should be actively working with this issue, where is everybody? Why are some people not on board with this?
I think a lot of it has to do with people thinking it's too late, not being educated enough about it, and thinking if they're just one person, how much difference are they going to make? Which is what we're talking about. Be organized, have more than one voice, and things are actually going to happen. And I think we just have to start working towards that and proving that when we do add all the voices together, something can actually go somewhere. And it's never too late. If you just wait, nothing's going to happen. Why don't we make it a little bit better at least, other than not at all?
I think also a big factor is that, like, we're in a very lazy generation, I feel like. Like, we sit at our computers and we go shopping. You know, it's really ridiculous instead of, you know, getting in our car and driving to the mall or driving to the stores. But, like, nobody wants to. Like, nobody has the motivation to, like, rototill a garden and make sure that everything's fertilized and planted and going, and make sure the chickens aren't, like, running off, or, you know, that kind of stuff. I think it's a lot of lack of motivation.
I think we're actually given a lot of false, what's the word? We're given a lot of fake ideas, you know, or we're given the wrong output for our energy. Because I actually think we're actually a very active generation. It's just, well, should I join a Facebook group or should I go out into the streets? You know, it's always usually a Facebook group. You know, my friend had a quote, and I love it. It's like, Facebook groups are where revolutions go to die. And I really feel like that's true, because, you know, instead of being in the streets, we'll get a new light bulb. And it's not necessary that we're inactive. We're just active in all the, I guess I'd say, wrong places, I have to say.
That's it.
Yeah.
Facade of activity.
Yeah, like, it's so much easier to just sign a petition on the internet that says, like, yes, I will be for something, I will help recycle, or even something bigger. But at the same time, when it comes to actually doing it, it's that anonymous base of the internet that keeps people from actually doing what they set out to do without feeling guilty about it. Yeah.
It's also a lot of lifestyle changing. You know, it's always, you know, put on me that I'm killing the environment. You know, I have to admit, I love riding bicycles, but sometimes it's not my fault that I have to drive a car to work. You know, I have to survive in this culture, you know? And I think that too much of the time do we let ourselves make make us the criminals instead of pointing the fingers at the actual corporations and the structural things that are going wrong. And instead we're like, well, you're killing the environment, you're driving a car. Well, no, I have to drive a car to get to school or work or whatever. Instead, I'm going to actually, blockade a street or even just go to a picket or a protest. Instead, we let ourselves just say, we can save the environment with a light bulb. Or I keep using that one. I need to think of a new one. But just you can go on and on.
That's a Chris Bethany
So then, it seems like we're saying that part of the problem is people looking at screens. So it might be a good idea for anyone watching this to, shut it off.